Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham.
Nithyanandam. Welcome back, dear viewers. Now we will be entering into the next segment where we will understand some of Devi Parashakti's revelations about this pandemic and how we can benefit from the Devi's guidance. So let us begin this segment. If I could request the volunteer to set the slide share, please. And Devi has been continuously guiding us throughout this pandemic and this pralaya. And she's been continuously blessing us to ensure that we are staying safe, that we are protecting ourselves during this pandemic. Devi has been continuously reminding us that our only priority for this year is to keep ourselves alive. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also been telling us that our only priority should be to keep ourselves alive. So if I could request a volunteer to start the slide share on immunity, we can understand what Devi has revealed on how COVID-19 is affecting immunity. So as we get those slides, we will just understand a little bit more about what Devi has revealed about COVID-19, this pandemic, and how it will be affecting our immune strength. Devi revealed that the COVID-19 will be affecting our immune strength and will be weakening our immunity over the course of this pandemic. And today we will understand exactly how this has been happening and how this has been manifested in our reality. So we will begin this segment and understand exactly what Devi has revealed. If I could request the volunteer to start the slide here, please. So Devi has been continuously blessing us, guiding us, answering all of our prayers, answering all of our questions, and individually attending to each person. She's been continuously holding our hands through this pandemic, continuously warning us about all of the upcoming after effects of this pralaya. She revealed about many aspects, including the fungal diseases that will be emerging, the ongoing pandemic and the multiple waves that will continue to be coming, and also the effects that the COVID-19 will have on our immune strength. And so let us understand some of these revelations and how it has been affected us. So we will.
What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth.
Welcome back, dear viewers. So now we will understand what Devi has revealed about COVID-19 and this pandemic and how it will be affecting our immune strength. Continue to the next slide, please. We can continue to the next slide, please. I request the volunteer to go to the next slide, please. Out of his extreme compassion and love, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been manifesting Devi Parashakti herself. And gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. Let us look at what Devi Parashakti has revealed about community and COVID-19. So first, let's understand what is happening in the world. As many of us, as almost all of us know, the COVID-19 pandemic has been ravaging the world. And as of July 2021, there have been over 4 million deaths, and these numbers continue to rise and have already risen. And there have been over 186 million confirmed cases worldwide of COVID-19 infection with the worst affected countries, the United States, India, and Brazil. Let us listen to what Devi Parashakti revealed on the 18th of June, 2021 about COVID-19 and immunity.
All not realizing the power of my words when I say Corona is very much out there with the support of decision makers, rulers, people who are supposed to protect all of you. Due to their irresponsibility, it is there and getting more and more strengthened. It is becoming more and more stronger in multiple forms. And all the other diseases which are waiting to attack human bodies, because Corona has made the immunity strength weak in human bodies. Human bodies have lost the strength of immunity power. All the multi-layer after effects and side effects of this pralaya in political situations, economical situations, social situations, mental situations, in every level. Cannot be described. Wait. This year, focus on keeping yourself alive.
Let us reiterate what Devi revealed. Still, you are not realizing the power of my words. When I say Corona is very much out there with the support of decision makers, rulers, people who are supposed to protect all of you, due to their irresponsibility, it is there and getting more and more strengthened. It is becoming more and more stronger in multiple forms. And all other diseases which are waiting to attack human bodies, because Corona has made the immunity strength weak in human bodies. Human bodies have lost the strength of immunity power. All the multi-layer after effects and side effects of this pralaya in political situations, economic situations, social situations, mental situations, in every level cannot be described. Wait, this year, focus on keeping yourself alive. Let us look at the three main revelations made by Devi Parashakti. First, she revealed Corona has made the immunity strength weak in human bodies. Let us understand what that means and how it has been manifesting in our reality. So recently in Science Daily, there was an article published suggesting that a coronavirus infection alters the biomechanical properties of red and white blood cells. In some cases, for months, a possible long explanation for long COVID. And this article was published on June 29, 2020. And this was just 11 days after Devi's revelation. And the article continues on. COVID-19 significantly changes the size and stiffness of red and white blood cells, sometimes over months. These results may help to explain why some affected people continue to complain of symptoms long after an infection. And this is considered to be long COVID. And this is exactly as Devi revealed. that the coronavirus will make the immunity strength weak in human bodies, and human bodies will lose the strength of immunity power. We can see how this is happening and how people are experiencing long-term after effects of this infection long after they have recovered from COVID-19, and how it has weakened their immunity. The next slide, please. And in this article from the Academy of Medical Sciences, it says that the way that the body defends against a virus is to recognize and neutralize. However, in Forbes, it explains that corona suppresses the immune system by disrupting the action of the body's immune cells. This immunosuppression allows for the 2-week incubation period, which gives corona enough time to attack the body. Here you can see the graph of a typical timeline for someone who has been 0 and 5 days. It is the incubation period, and between 5 to 10 days, it is known as a prodromal period, and between 10 to 15 days is when most people experience where they many times can end up in the ICU. After this, many people are able to recover, but many people also continue to experience symptoms long after the infection and after their recovery. And this is what is considered to be long COVID, where people are experiencing symptoms well after months after their recovery and their initial onset of infection. And here you can see the impact of COVID-19 in comparison with other deadly diseases throughout our history. You can see HIV on the far left side, which is considered to be one of the most deadly pandemics throughout our history, and this has been affecting the world for the last 40 years since the 1980s, and has taken the lives of over 35 million people. However, COVID-19 has been only around for the past 1.5 years, and it has taken the lives of over 4 million people. This is not a small number, and the impact of COVID-19 cannot be dismissed. And further studies done by the University of Oxford found that the cells are profoundly impaired after recovering from COVID-19. And in the British Society for Immunology, it has also claimed that the effects of COVID are far beyond respiratory health. It also affects our cardiovascular system and our renal system. And a excerpt from research published has stated that exposure to the disease COVID-19 causes symptoms in multiple organ systems across the body, and is not limited to only the lung and respiratory system, as was originally thought. In addition, patients are reporting that chronic symptoms such as fatigue and shortness of breath can last for months after their original infection. And the name given for those suffering from COVID-like symptoms after the infection has passed is called long COVID. And long COVID can affect the lungs, the cardiovascular system, the circulatory system, and it can cause fatigue and inflammation. And this is exactly as they revealed, that COVID-19 will affect the body and will make our immune system weak. It will make us susceptible to other diseases because our immune system has been weakened. And here is an example of how the lungs can be affected in someone who has suffered from COVID-19. You can see on the left side, the healthy lungs, and on the right side, the COVID-affected lungs, which shows significantly more scarring than the healthy lungs. And even after contracting COVID-19, your immune system remains weakened and you become much more susceptible to diseases. And in the CDC, it was reported that symptoms of long COVID can last weeks or months after first being infected with the virus. And this can affect multiple organ systems and is not limited to just the lungs, but includes the heart, the kidney, the skin, and the brain function. We can see that the entire body is weakened after COVID-19, and it does affect you long after the initial infection and makes you much more susceptible to other illnesses because the body is already weakened from this COVID-19 infection. So let us look at the second revelation when Devi revealed that because Corona has made the immunity strength weak in human bodies, all other diseases are waiting to attack human bodies. And as many of us have heard, white fungus, black fungus, and other fungal diseases have been sweeping the nation in India and primarily affecting COVID-19 recovered patients. And in one article, it was reported that over 9,000 cases of this rare infection have been discovered. And in another article, it reported that over 4,556 patients of 5,424 have reported that they were previously suffering from a COVID-19 infection and are now experiencing these fungal diseases. So as Devi revealed, there are many diseases that are waiting to attack the human body, because Corona has made the body weak and much more susceptible to other diseases. And here you can see how many patients and how they are being affected by these fungal diseases, and especially after recovering from COVID-19, it's literally eating their brain and their skin tissue. And the final revelation that we will look at is how Corona is becoming more and more stronger in multiple forms. And as many of us have heard, that variants of Corona many variants have been discovered over the past several months. And there have been variants coming out of Brazil, South Africa, UK, and of course, the Delta variant out of India. And some of the variants and where they've come from include Alpha variant coming out of Kent, UK, the Beta variant coming out of South Africa, the Gamma variant coming out of Brazil, and the Delta variant coming out of India. And viruses generally mutate, but in the case of COVID, we have seen that they are becoming much more dominant. And you can see above the table of variants that have been spreading across the globe. And the dangers of these variants have been further highlighted when the World Health Organization categorized the Delta variant as the most highly transmissible variant of COVID-19. And in the article below, it indicates that the Delta variant is the primary cause behind India's second wave of COVID-19. And as India gears up for its third wave, there have been a very significant number of deaths due to this Delta variant and the other many emerging variants coming out of various countries. And in the infographic below, we can see the variants that have been circulating recently and how many countries they have been affecting. The Alpha variant coming out of the UK has affected over 173 countries. The Beta variant coming out of South Africa has affected over 122 countries. The Gamma variant coming out of Brazil has affected over 74 countries. And the Delta variant, the most severe variant as of recent, has affected over 104 countries. And other variants of COVID have also been recently discovered, as many of us have heard from the Supreme Concept of Buddhism himself. The Delta Plus variant and the Lambda variant are said to be affecting India very, very soon. So it is highly vital that we keep our guards up and ensure that we are protecting ourselves during this time. Studies have suggested that the Delta variant, the current variant that has been affecting India and caused the second wave, is 60% more transmissible than the Alpha variant, which was much more contagious than the original strain that emerged from China. And secondary attack rates have been known to be between 51 to 60% higher than that of the Alpha variant, the Delta variant. So as the Supreme Concept of Hinduism already revealed many, many months ago, that just because you have already been infected with COVID-19 does not mean that you are protected and that you will not be affected by the other variants that are emerging. So it is highly important that we continue to protect ourselves, continue to be in quarantine, and continue to take heed of the advice and guidance given by Devi Parashakti. The death tolls worldwide, and especially in India, continue to rise as more waves of COVID-19 continue to hit India and affect the large population. And the numbers that have been reported in the media are severely underreported. And a statistical analysis done by the New York Times has shown that the numbers are far worse than what is being reported. In a best case scenario, the numbers are said to be double what the number of deaths have been reported. And in a worst case scenario, nearly half the Indian population may be affected by COVID, may be infected with COVID-19. And nearly 4 million people in India alone have died from COVID-19, and this is in a worst case scenario. So the Indian population is around 1.4 billion people, and nearly half, so 70 million people, 1.4 billion people, and nearly half, 70 million people could be infected with COVID-19. With these numbers, it is very, very important that we keep our guards up and that we ensure that we protect ourselves during this pandemic. And if you take a poll personally of your own family members, of your own loved ones that you know in India, ask them how many people they know who have personally been infected with COVID-19 or who have died in their own inner circle from COVID-19. This is what the Supreme Concept of Hinduism had explained for us to understand how many people have actually died from COVID-19 and how bad the numbers are, how severely underreported these numbers are. If you take a poll of your own family and friends, you will understand that nearly every single person that you know has either known someone who has been infected or who has died from COVID-19. And this is if you consider this, the numbers that are reported right now are very, very severely underreported just from your own understanding and your own family members. You can understand that the scenario in India is much worse than what we know. So it is very, very important that we continue to protect ourselves. And as many more variants are coming and rising, it is very, very important that we ensure that we protect ourselves. Devi has already revealed that this pandemic will not end anytime soon. So let us listen to Devi's revelations on this.
ஷர்மிளா, கொரோனா ஒழிந்தது. கொரோனாவை வைத்து அரசியலும் அழிவாட்டமும் செய்ய நினைக்கும் மனிதர்களின் சதிராட்டம் முடிய இன்னும் 4 ஆண்டுகளாகும். என் பக்தர்களையும் சீடர்களையும் கைலாய வாசிகளையும் நானே காத்துக் கொள்கின்றேன், நானே காக்கின்றேன். என் பக்தர்களுக்கு ஒரு துயரும் ஒரு துக்கமும் வாராது. ஆனால் உலகின் இந்த கொரோனாவின் சதியாட்டம் முடிய 4 ஆண்டுகள் ஆகும். 2025 தான் அடங்கும். இது சதியாட்டம், மனிதர்களின் சதியாட்டம்.
So the translation of Devi's revelation, the corona is destroyed, but it will take 4 years for the political conspiracies done by humans to end. I will protect my devotees, disciples, and Kailasa. No suffering will come for my devotees, but it will take 4 years for the conspiracy of corona to end. It will come to an end only in 2025. It is a conspiracy, a human conspiracy. And in the article below, it highlights that there are many more waves predicted for the future of COVID in India. And as for Devi's revelations, you can see from the below article that there is yet more COVID come for India. And the article continues to say that if a new variant is discovered, it would spread much faster in this third wave. And it stated that the third wave is to peak between October and November. So we are very quickly approaching this peak of the third wave. And as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has already revealed, the main priority for this year is to keep ourselves alive. There are already many new variants discovered that will be affecting the country. And it is very vital for us to ensure that we protect ourselves with all these waves of COVID-19 coming up. So what is the best way to protect ourselves? Does anybody have a solution for us? Only the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has provided a concrete solution for us. Only Kailasa is a safe place for humanity. And if you are living in India, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has opened up all of the Kailasas, all the enlightenment ecosystems within India for the sake of COVID care with multi-layer quarantine in order to protect yourself during this pandemic. And if you would like to sign up, you can go to kailasa.org/Kailasa Care to sign up and avail these benefits. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has not only opened up this multi-layer quarantine, he is providing the most nutritious sattvic food for free and providing all kinds of Ayurvedic supplements in order to boost your immunity during this time and has been providing all of the facilities to work from home, including free internet and printing. So if you are interested in availing these benefits and are interested in providing yourself this beautiful ecosystem to protect yourself during this pandemic with not just all of the amenities that you physically need, but the spiritual enlightenment ecosystem that will make you flower during this pandemic. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has literally provided the best ecosystem, the best environment for your protection and for your enlightenment. So if you would like to sign up, you can go visit kailasa.org/Kailasa Care. And with this, we will be concluding this segment. And we will be entering into the next segment where we will understand some of the offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti. Devi has been continuously guiding us, blessing us, and answering all of our prayers. Literally, she has manifested through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism just to hold our hand through this pandemic, through this pralaya. So if you are overflowing with gratitude for Devi and for the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism manifesting in your life, you are welcome to stay tuned for the next segment where you can understand some of the offerings you can make to Devi in order to show your gratitude. With this, we will be concluding this segment and have a short break before we enter into the next segment.
What I mean by the word Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Peethas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. This is a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem. I invite all of you to get involved, and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
Nithyanandam, welcome back to all of the viewers who are joining with us right now for the Devi Parashakti Akashic reading program. And I am able now to go on to the next segment for the offerings that you can make to Devi Parashakti. And as you can see, we have announced the live Parashakti Akashic reading today, and you will be able to literally ask your questions, have the divine darshan, receive the boons and the profound revelations of the past, present, and future from Devi Parashakti in just a few hours. So make sure that you're staying tuned to receive the updates and to get prepared for the live Devi Parashakti Bhava Samadhi and the live Parashakti Akashic reading. Now, we are going to be going into the next segment of today's program, the various different offerings that you can make for Devi Parashakti. And we're going to be understanding in this next segment in several different ways the various kinds of offerings that you can make, the rituals, the sevas, the context behind them, the references behind each and every one of these, sevas, and how you can ensure that you are immediately and instantly experiencing the divine, experiencing oneness with Devi Parashakti today. And especially because the avatar is in the physical form, and we are literally able to experience his physical darshan, and Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is manifesting as the Devi Parashakti, and she is literally in the human form for us and able to give us darshan live, and we are able to even mirror her neurons. In this way, we are able to simply manifest the purpose of our life of enlightenment itself. And each and every one of these offerings has just that significance. It's only for the purpose of enlightenment, and there's not any ounce of fear or greed that is associated with any of these offerings. There's no way it's saying that if you do this, then only you will get the grace of Devi Parashakti. As many of you know, and already some of you have experienced, the grace of Devi Parashakti, she is bestowing on everyone, the whole humanity itself, individuals, and so many different people, on how she literally is able to answer each and every one of us personally, give us the boons that we want, give us the healing prayers and blessings that we are seeking for. And she has already fulfilled so many aspects of our lives, whether it is the relationships or the wealth that we want or anything that we are seeking. Devi Parashakti has granted that. And even if it is a small knee pain or the very purpose of our life in its entirety, Devi Parashakti has literally fulfilled so many thousands of people until now. So if you're out there, you already feel that Devi Parashakti has given you what you want in your life and has fulfilled you entirely, then you can offer one of these offerings today, and out of your deep love, devotion, and ultimately to experience oneness with Devi Parashakti. In the Hindu tradition, of course, many of us know that the offerings are done many times during the year. And for all of us, during our birthdays or our anniversaries, or when we are starting a new venture, a business adventure, or if we are even buying a new home or even buying a new car, it always starts with the ritualistic sevas. It always starts with the offering in the temple. Even I remember as a kid, my family, whenever we buy a new car, if it was my new car or if it was my parents' new car, it was always first we would go to the temple, we'll offer the puja for the new vehicle, and then we will proceed. And I'm sure many Hindus all know this sacred sentiment. The Whenever we first receive anything new, we offer our gratitude for it. And whenever we receive anything in our lives, we offer our gratitude. And in this way, gratitude is an essential, most divine aspect of our life. Gratitude, as we know it and recognize it today, is the highest, utmost of all the emotions, if you can call it an emotion, that you can feel. And invoking more and more devotion, more and more gratitude in our lives is ultimately the purpose, the enlightenment itself. So these offerings are all intertwined with sacred contexts such as this, where it invokes more and more gratitude, it ignites more and more devotion, and it is truly a most intimate, romantic way of interacting with the universe itself, with the divine cosmic beings. So you now, before entering into the next segment, as we are going further, let us now chant the Dhyana Shloka of Devi Parashakti and invite her beautiful, graceful presence today. Induniva Veda Karavahni Syat Pankajavara Japaksha Sarayuktam Angahima Bhushana Vichitravasanam Syat Tunga Mukutotvala Manonmani Swarupam. Yes, and the English translation says, sorry, we can go back. English translation says, moonlight face, holding the Vedas on hand, fire in eyes, with lotus flower, gracing and blessing hands, and one hand with the Japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments and wonderful clothes, a shining bright crown. Her name is Manonmani. And now I'll be chanting the next Dhyana Shloka. Dhyaye Devim Trinetram Shashinivadanam Vedahastam Dadanam Savye Padmam Varadamapare Chabhayam Chakshamalam Divyerabaranir Vibhushitatanum Brahmadi Vipujitam Devimeva Manonmanim Pratidinam Kamatradatrim Shubham. Once again, the English translation says, I meditate on Devi with three eyes glowing like the moon and holding the Vedas, lotus embracing with blessing and gracing hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments and she is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods and showers auspicious moon for all actions every day. Yes, so we have now invited the loving, graceful, compassionate presence of Devi Parashakti. So let us enter into the significance of the element gold. And in this segment, we are literally peeling layer by layer of the context behind these offerings, because ultimately it's the powerful cognition that must be delivered to you at the end of the day. And in order for this powerful cognition to manifest into reality, we have to set the context right. And that's why in this segment, we literally peel layer by layer of the significance of these offerings. First, starting out with the significance of offering itself, then inviting Devi Parashakti herself. Now, we'll be going over the divine element gold. Now, first of all, let's start off with how we understand gold in our society nowadays. It has a social value and it has an economic value. When it comes to society, gold is always used to place value in our relationships. For example, we always use the gold medal in order to place something in the highest pedestal. We'll award the gold medal, the golden trophy, in order for the best of the best people, for their talent and for their excellence in whatever they choose to express or compete in. And also in our relationships, we always use gold to place value in our relationships. And often it is a symbol of value. When we want to say, I love you, or we want to say, I value you in my life, we give gold gifts. And that's just a part of our society, golden jewelry. Even our, even marriage, the ornaments that we exchange during the marriage is gold rings in most customs and traditions. So gold is used as a way to place value in our society. And of course, we also know that it has a lot of economic value. It's one of the most precious metals, and it's worth so much of modern day currency. And yet, we still do not understand the value behind gold, even though we might place it highest in our society and give it only to the best of the best people. Still, we don't understand the way that gold actually is a divine element. It's a sacred element. It is something that can take you from man to superhuman. It's something that can literally make you into divine, because it has the power, the unique quality to simply purify anything that it touches. It's an element of significance and great spiritual power of healing and enlightening. And the vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy, the pure energy and positive thought current, in anyone who wears it, or anyone who sees, or even anyone who operates in its vicinity. And knowing this, in the Hindu civilization, we have literally been using gold everywhere. And in fact, in the Atharva Veda, there's a verse where it speaks about the virtue and power of gold. And the English translation says, triply born by birth is this gold. From atoms of Agni is one. It becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from the Soma when it was heard. One they call the seed of virtuous and powerful Apaha. Let that triple gold be for your long life. So here, the gold is referred as the virtuous and powerful. And not only that, it is associated with a long life, with immortality. For many of you, this might strike a chord. Gold being associated with immortality is also a part of our popular culture nowadays. If you are following any popular culture, you read folklore, you read the most popular books, the fantasy books and the science fiction books, you also see that gold in there is also associated with great power and supernatural powers, with longevity, with immortality, and throughout history has always been associated with sex. But it's only in the Hindu civilization we have found the science, we delivered the science to the world, and we knew the science as a way to literally awaken super consciousness inside of every one of us. And for that very reason, gold was used in every single aspect of society. In Hindu scriptures, it is abundant and also told that it's the most auspicious and purest metal which can purify the very being. And everything was built in gold and even exchanged in gold. And even when one had a life-threatening disease, they would offer the gold as a ritual fee. And gold was in abundance for weighing equivalent amounts of commodities, including cows, and even the horses, cows, the elephants, and all of the different animals that lived in coexistence in society were always dressed in gold as well. Yes, we can go on. And in the Hindu civilization, literally thrived on the banks of rivers of gold. It was called the Hiranyamaya in this river in the Rig Veda, and the river Saraswati was called the Hiranyavartani in the Atharva Veda. Gold is a supreme element, as we had discussed, for even offering gifts. And because Devi Parashakti is the divine, most intimate deity being whom we interact with, we always offer with the best of the best, which is available through nature to us, which is gold. So that's why even in temples, the Garbha Mandir, the Sanctum Sanctorum will be built in gold and paved in gold. And for example, in the Chidambaram temple, the main Garbha Mandir, the top and the entire structure is made out of pure gold. If you go and Google, you'll see the Garbha Mandir. And even the jewelry, the golden jewelry, which Meenakshi, Devi Meenakshi herself had worn when she was alive in the body, literally, is still today used to decorate Devi Meenakshi's deity in the Madurai Meenakshi Amman temple. So you will see that many of these offerings are in gold for that very reason. And literally, they'll be offered to Devi Parashakti, and for thousands of years radiate that enlightenment energy. Now, the E-Hundi offering is the first offering that we are going to be sharing with all the viewers today. And in the Lalita Sahasranamam, there's a beautiful verse where Devi Parashakti is referred as Bhakti Priya. We can go back to the last slide. And I'll just chant that verse before going on. Bhakti Priya, Bhakti Gamya, Bhakti Vashya Vayapaha, Shambhavi Sharadaradya, Sharvani Sharmadayini. And the line goes, Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion and she removes all fears. Here it says that if there is any fear in the minds of a devotee, Devi Parashakti is sure to remove that fear. And just with surrendering our love and pure gratitude to Devi Parashakti, she removes everything which you ask for as an offering, which you request her to remove. And she also gives you more than that, showers more than that on you. And if there is anything that you like, of course, you can always make the conscious resolution and offer that towards Devi Parashakti as well. And we'll be going over the conscious resolution as the offering next. And now you can offer this e-hundi offering either through the registered registration forms or through the payment gateway, or you can offer through the very unique way that you can offer is the YouTube super chat. So as you're watching right now, if many of you are logged in through YouTube, I request you can go and right now just join as a member of the YouTube channel. There's several different benefits of being a member of our channel, of Kailasa's channel, as well as the official channel of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And you'll be able to get access to more than 7,000 videos, which is actually 20,000 hours of content, which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has spoken, given dikshas, discourses, and so much more. And so much more just to simply offer your gratitude as well right now for through this e-hundi offering. So you can make a donation either through this super chat or through the payment gateway, which the link is also available on these slides as well as in the scroll below. Yes. Now let us understand the next offering, which is the conscious resolution, the Sankalpa. The Sankalpa is a very elaborate Sanskrit mantra, which is offered before any ritual. We can go on to the next slide. And the Sankalpa can be an offering in itself. And in the Devi Mahatmyam, chapter 12, verse 34, it refers to Devi Parashakti. It says that the goddess enchants this universe and she herself gives birth to this universe. The goddess, being prayed without interest in anything, gives a knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in the materialistic sense. The Devi Mahatmyam is literally the glory of the goddess, and it sings the praises of all and the glory of Devi Parashakti. And literally, it is a way that we also see her compassion, how much she has fought off the negativity that has plagued the world in Hindu history. And no matter how much you might feel, Devi Parashakti is absolutely real. And even every one of the Puranic references have happened on planet Earth. And there are so many historical references as well. The Devi Mahatmyam is one of those records for the ways that Devi Parashakti has manifested and has answered the prayers of even the Devas and all of the greatest beings of the whole universe. When all the Devas could not do anything in order to grant their wishes or in order to slay the demons that were plaguing the whole world, they prayed to Devi Parashakti, and she herself manifested and slayed the demons and destroyed all the negative forces of the world. In this way, you can simply pray to Devi Parashakti with this Sankalpa offering and just offer your conscious resolution. If you feel you want to manifest your reality in some way, you want to have a purpose for which you are working towards, and you want to align all of your energies that you have day to day, and continuously you're replenishing from every single day, you can make this conscious resolution. And you can offer this Sankalpa to be offered on your behalf in order to have receive the fruition of all of your desires. And as you can see, the next offering we have is the Sahasranama Swarnakasu. And the Swarnakasu is a golden coin, actually, which is inscribed with the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti. And in fact, in this Lalita Sahasranamam, in the verse 734, Devi Parashakti is referred as Nama Parayana Prita, or she who likes repetition of her various names. And this is once again from the Lalita Sahasranamam, which is the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti. And it's a very special and unique archana which is offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. And you can offer a gold coin inscribed with each and every one of these 1008 names and receive the blessings to have the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, all the divine qualities of Devi Parashakti. Now, let me start with the Mukta Anguti. This is another beautiful offering, which is referred in the Meenakshi Pancharatnam, where Devi Meenakshi is described as the one who is crowned with a garland of pearls, or whose crown has a garland of pearls. So now let me chant that verse from the Meenakshi Pancharatnam. मुक्ताहारणलसच्चिरीटरुचिरां पूर्णेन्दुवक्त्रप्रभां शिञ्झन्नूपुरिकिङ्किणीमणिधरां पद्मप्रभाभासुरां सर्वाभीतफलप्रदां गिरिसुतां वाणीरमासेवितां मीनाक्षीं प्रणतोऽस्मि सन्ततमहं कारुण्यवारां निधिम्. And again, it says here, I bow down to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls and face shining like the full moon, who wears anklets and that are studded with the gemstones, and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of a lotus, who grants all wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by the goddess Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. So yes, we can go on to the next slide. And Devi Meenakshi is referred as the one who is crown is adorned with pearls, and actually the pearl is representative of the compassion. It's a symbol of compassion. And Devi Meenakshi is very being itself, very advent onto planet Earth. Her entire life was out of deep compassion to the whole world. In fact, Devi Parashakti had manifested Kailasa on planet Earth just for the whole humanity to literally manifest a breakthrough. And if you see in the human history, there was a huge pralaya in the human history, just like we are going through right now. And during that time, after that pralaya, when human civilization was starting once again, and the few beings that were saved by Manu's ship had come and had landed in India once again, and the civilization was again forming. It's at this time that Meenakshi happened on planet Earth and created a breakthrough of a kingdom which was led by the sovereign rule of one queen, Devi Meenakshi, and so much of breakthrough happened in the whole civilization. Lifestyle itself changed for the whole world. And that is the compassion of Devi Meenakshi, where her entire advent onto planet Earth was a blessing for each and every human being, for every living being itself, as there were so many different living beings that lived in coexistence, and the entire civilization was simply a beautiful breakthrough for human civilization. And even there's so much of archaeological evidence that traces back the civilization near Madurai as one of the earliest human civilizations known to mankind, and a very, very advanced civilization as well for that day and age. So there's so much which has so much of significance behind the advent of Devi Meenakshi and how much she created a breakthrough for human beings in the time that she was alive, showing that her very advent is out of deep compassion. And Devi Meenakshi, once again, incarnated through the form of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, and literally is manifesting for each and every one of us to have the blessings, and out of her compassion, blessing us for achieving the space of Kailasa in all of our business endeavors and all of our ambition. So you can offer the Mukta Anguti as well. Now, the Swarna Padma Pushpa is the next offering we have. And in the Kamikagama, it says that all the kalashas should be wound around with a suitable thread and covered with a new cloth. They should be adorned with a lotus flower made of gold. And there are so many hundreds of scriptural references for the Swarna Padma Pushpa, or the golden lotus. We can go on to the next slide. And the golden lotus has divine qualities as well that is associated to it, being gold and being elegant and radiant, resilient, no matter what kind of situation it might be in. And that is the beauty of the lotus. So you can offer this golden lotus in any size that you wish and be blessed to have state, space, powers, and being of Devi in inner space amidst any and every situation in your life. Yes, we can go on now. Next, we have this Parana Meti. The Meti, or the toe ring, is actually a piece of jewelry which is sourced in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Many of you might be surprised. You might feel like actually everyone wears a toe ring nowadays, and it's actually become very fashionable. But it has its origin in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And we know this because there's a verse from the Saundarya Lahari, which is composed by Adi Shankaracharya, who lived 2,000 years back in around 0 AD. And he had literally described the very toenails and the beauty, elegance of, and the power of the toenails of Devi Parashakti, where he says, Nakhadiditi samjana namajjana tamoguna padadvaya prabhajala parakrita saroruham. You whose brightness from toenails destroys the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your devotees who prostrated your feet. You whose brightness from your 2 feet overpowers that of the lotus flower. As you can see here, Adi Shankaracharya beautifully describes the very toenails of Devi Parashakti. Is powerful enough to destroy the darkness of ignorance. And for you to experience the ultimate experience, the enlightenment experience, remove all the darkness in your life, you do not need even the full form, the full Vishwarupa darshan of Devi Parashakti. You do not need even the form of her hands. You do not need even the form of her face or her smile. Just even the last inch of her body is enough to simply remove anything and everything that you are facing in your life, any kind of adversity, and just bestow you with the ultimate experience. And that is the grace of Devi Parashakti, and the most beautiful way that we can describe Devi Parashakti, which of course has no comparison when it comes to the composition of the great incarnation Adi Shankaracharya himself. So this verse literally shows so much significance. And in fact, this verse where it describes the toenails is actually the root of the custom where in the Hindu marriage, we always offer the toe ring for the bride, and for the woman who is being given away in the marriage ceremony. And in that sense, Devi Parashakti is literally invoked, worshipped in the woman or the bride, and her toenails are adorned just for being a representative of the power of Devi Parashakti and adorning her sacred feet. So this toe ring can be offered to Devi Parashakti by you today, and you can offer this beautiful toe ring and receive the blessings for the gratitude, overflowing gratitude and space of complete completion to be achieved by you as well. Yes, now let's go on. We have the offering of the Swarna Mantika. And the Swarna Mantika is referred also where Devi Parashakti is described as Shuddha Sarabi Varshini, meaning she who makes the flow, who makes the nectar flow in all the nerves from the Sahasrara Chakra, and she who gives a very pleasant experience of the ultimate. And the Swarna Mantika is actually the golden hairline jewelry. And again, another piece of jewelry which is sourced from Sanatana Hindu Dharma, even though it might surprise you. Many times we are wearing the headdresses, the chains that we wear on our forehead in popular culture now, and in the different kinds of indie culture that is very popular right now. But it is from Sanatana Hindu Dharma that this jewelry was formed in the first place, and it actually represents something very deep, very sacred as we know it. And as you can see, and in this verse, she is the one who literally is flowing with nectar from her Sahasrara Chakra. And she is the one who makes everyone have that same blissful experience. And the nectar is represented by what? That's right, the gold chain. And the gold chain is literally what is running all over the forehead, across the forehead, from the center of the head to the forehead as well. And that is what is just oozing out, the golden nectar, which is represented, and the that blissful experience, which is represented here physically with that golden hairline jewelry. Another such a beautiful context, if you see, behind such a simple piece of jewelry that today we might see in all kinds of pictures and all kinds of photo shoots with all kinds of models, but it goes back to the most sacred context, the Devi Parashakti herself, the divine feminine consciousness and the divine cosmic mother. So you can offer this Swarna Mantika and be blessed to experience that same experience of the opening of the Sahasrara Chakra and the blooming of the 1,000-petal lotus, expressing all of the most fulfilling gratitude in your life and experiencing the space of complete completion. The next offering we have is the Pratyaksha Pada Puja. Now, whether it is Adi Shankaracharya once again who composed the Guru Padaka Stotram, or whether it is his literally line by line, verse by verse of that Guru Padaka Stotram, sings the glory of just the feet of the Guru. And that is the beauty of the Guru, is how amazing they are, how graceful they are, really shows just because we can worship any part of them, their smile, their eyes, their abhaya, meaning their blessing hand, but it is their feet, literally, which we surrender to, because at their feet we can simply surrender, and their the compassion literally is even making themselves available such that we can surrender at their feet. And the Guru Padaka is such a sacred sentiment in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And as I was saying, in the Guru Padaka Stotram, composed by Adi Shankaracharya, he literally says that the Guru is like the boat which helps you float and sail through the Ananta Samsara Sagara, or the seemingly endless ocean of samsara, ocean of suffering. And if you feel that even right now you might be going through that extremely deep pain, and I know many of you are, where it's the ocean, the seemingly endless ocean of samsara, where in all directions you see only this samsara which is going on and on and on, and you might never see the end of it. It is the Guru Padaka, which is the boat which is beneath you, that is helping you sail through this time, that is helping you, lifting you out, making sure you're not drowning, and literally bringing you to the land. That is the beautiful significance behind the Guru Padaka. That's just one line from the Guru Padaka Stotram. And there's so much verse after verse of this Guru Padaka Stotram. And also, of course, the Guru Gita itself, where Paramashiva himself reveals the glory of the Guru's feet and worshipping the Guru's feet. It can be said on and on about the different significances behind the Guru's feet. And making this offering today, especially at the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, is a way that each and every one of you can offer your gratitude to the Guru. Many of us are feeling that same sentiment, literally being stuck on all sides. Imagine feeling as though you are literally in a sea of endless samsara. And it's a Guru Padaka, which is literally the boat beneath us, that is helping us sail and giving us guidance without even our effort on any side. So you can offer this Pratyaksha Pada Puja out of your gratitude to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for manifesting as Guru in our lives. And there's such a beautiful significance behind it. I cannot stress this enough, and I can go on talking on and on about it. In every different festival, we also have the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, which is ongoing. And the Pratyaksha Pada Puja will be happening for Ganesha Chaturthi, for Krishna Janmashtami, and as well in Navaratri, as well on Vijayadashmi. So there's so many different times that the Guru Padaka Pratyaksha Pada Puja is offered. So make sure that you are even signing up in the registration form, which I'll just be sharing with you in just a few minutes, in order to get the notifications, get the email notifications, and be alerted when these offerings are opening up to you and the announcements are made. Now also, there is the Vastra Seva as well. The Vastra Seva is the offering of a sacred cloth in order to bestow on you the protection of the Guru. Now, we have here a summary table of all of the different offerings that is available for you today. The E-Hundi offering, which can be made for any amount of money, the Sankalpa chanting, the Devi Sahasranama Kastu, the Mukta Anguti, the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the Swarna Metti, the Swarna Mantika, and the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, as well as the Vestra Seva. So all of these offerings are available for you today. And as you can see, there are different levels. You don't have to feel insufficient in any way. You can simply offer what you want in any form that you want to Devi Parashakti and to the Guru. So once again, a lot of different exciting offerings that you can do, and it's such a beautiful way that you can manifest your reality as you want it. Yes. So now we've come to the last stage of this segment before we go on to the next segment, and we'll quickly also be taking you through a brief walkthrough of how you can make these offerings. So the first stage is if you are interested in making any of these offerings, if you want to make any of these offerings and you are simply interested, you want to, and one of these offerings is igniting your seeking, or you feel like, you have to offer the Pratyaksha Pada Puja today, or any one of these offerings which has so much of sacred context. I myself would offer any of these offerings if I could, and literally give my life to making these offerings to Devi Parashakti because of the sacred context that they hold. What beautiful sacred sentiments that each and every offering holds is exactly how we hold ourselves, and that is exactly how we manifest the oneness with Devi Parashakti. Now, you can register in tiny.cc/Bhava Samadhi if you are interested in making any one of these offerings. And we also have the payment link here, which is the second stage. If you're ready to make a payment, you can go to tiny.cc/Devi-offerings and make the offering right now itself. And after the payment, we request all the viewers, all the participants in the Yajaman to fill out the form at tiny.cc/sankalpa2021. This form is very mandatory for you to, especially to ensure that your names are chanted during the puja as well. So yes, we can now show these links. Yes, we're going to briefly run you through how you can make a payment. As you can see, it's going to be very easy. And I also invite all the viewers, if you want to, you can comment your experiences with Devi Parashakti. You can comment down below about how you have experienced the grace of Devi Parashakti. If you are a Kailasian, it's always so good to interact with each and every one of you. And you can comment down below as well. So yes, as you can see, this is the payment link, and you can go to this link, which is the tiny.cc/Devi-offerings, and you'll be directed to this page. You can select in the drop-down menu which offering you'd like to make, and then you can proceed to make the offering, and then you can review your cart. And here you can also, remove any offerings if you don't want to make them, and then you can proceed for checkout. And once you've proceeded to checkout, then you can fill out your billing details, your payment details. You'll see what kinds of card is accepted and everything as well. And that's it. All you have to do is just 3 steps away from just making a payment and making an offering today. Yes, it's extremely easy, and you can simply do it immediately and as soon as you are ready to do so. Now, after you've made the payment, we request that all of the people who have made the payment, once you're done with the payment, please ensure that you are going to the Sankalpa 2021 form, and we're going to show that form. It looks like this. It's available at tiny.cc/Sankalpa2021. You're going to fill out this form. You're going to press the button, and you'll see the form which comes, and you'll be able to just simply fill out this form. You're going to input your name and the names of the people on behalf of whom you're offering this puja. And it's also going to ask for your payment order number. And make sure you keep that on hand so that you can fill out the form as well. Yes, great. So the next stage also, if you are interested in making any of these offerings, if you feel that perhaps now is not the time and you want to offer at a later time, perhaps for your birthday, for your marriage anniversary, for another person's birthday, or for a family member, or for starting a new venture in your life, whatever it might be. I know all Hindus want to make an offering, but now might not be the right time. You can always plan to make one of these offerings, and you can go to this form at tiny.cc/Bhavasamadhi, and you can fill out this form, and you will be notified as soon as these more and more offerings are opened up. Yes. So we can also show the viewers about how you can offer through the YouTube Super Chat. I request if you can go there first. YouTube Super Chat is a unique feature that is on YouTube, and you can offer the e-Pundi offering, another really great way to just offer your gratitude. And in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, whenever we go to the temple, we always offer a few coins in the Pundi. Yes, I request if you can just show the YouTube how to make a payment through YouTube. And yes, and we can basically, first of all, make sure that you're joined as a member. And you can join, as you can see in the, by clicking on the button below. Make sure you're joining at the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda YouTube channel. And then once you're joined as a member, you'll see a icon for how you can make a donation. And we can show the viewers also about how you can exactly make the donation through the super chat and the super sticker. And you can as well ensure that you are making a donation through this super chat. And there's a way that you can adjust. You can pay through credit card, through debit card or through PayPal. If you'd like to make a payment through PayPal, this option is available for you right now through the YouTube Super Chat as well. Yes, there we go. So as you can see here, you can make an offering through the Super Chat. And you can adjust the offering, adjust how much you want to pay, and you can just simply go through the steps. Yes, and you can, as you can see here, you can also make a super sticker offering. If you'd like to send a cute little sticker to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, or as well to Devi Parashakti, out of your love and simply as a show of your affection, then you can send us a sticker as well and make a donation like that. So this brings us to a conclusion of this segment in today's program, where we have gone over the various different offerings that you can make to Devi Parashakti. I hope each and every one of you was able to imbibe some of these offerings of powerful cognition and be able to deeply see your how you can make these offerings. Now, yes, let us understand how we can ask our questions today. And you can ask your questions during the live Bhava Samadhi Darshan or during the live satsang, when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is giving the satsang or the spiritual discourse for and making the global public address for the global Hindu diaspora. You can ask questions directly to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and you can request his own blessings, his guidance for any of the questions that you might have. So as you can see in the super chat as well, you can ask your questions on YouTube, and we can go on to the next slide. You can also ask on Facebook. I highly recommend that each and every one of you also make sure that you are on you're liking and following the Kailasa's official Facebook page. So you can make sure that you're liking and following on Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page. This is the official Facebook page of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. You can get all of the notifications for the live events. As soon as an announcement is made, you'll get a notification right to your phone, your tablet, or devices that make it handy for you and ensure that you're getting ready and you don't miss a live darshan. That's one of the most exciting parts. And it's, of course, the best reason to ensure that you are staying tuned and you're staying connected to Kailasa. And as well, if you want to, you can ask your questions in the comment section beneath the live video. Yes, let's go on. We also have Kailasa has a official Twitter page at Sri Nithyananda. You can go at the rate 6 Sri Nithyananda for the official Twitter page, and you can ensure that you are following. Once again, make sure that you don't miss a notification as well, and also you can hit reply to the live feed that's going on, and you can ask your question also during any Nityananda satsang or during the live Bhava Samadhi darshan as well, and you can ask your questions by hitting reply and using also the hashtag #AskTheAvatar. We also have the option of Instagram. Make sure that you're following on Instagram at Sri Nithyananda is the official Instagram handle. And you can ask your questions in the comments of any of the posts. And we also have a way for you to interact and ask any questions you have on kailasa.org. On WhatsApp as well, you can ask your questions. And you can also ask your questions through the live chat. It's another way that you can interact personally with and have your questions answered by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So now this brings us to a conclusion of this segment in today's program, and we'll be moving on with the next segment after a very quick break. Sorry for the technical glitch. Thank you for staying tuned. As each and every one of you might have just seen, I invite each and every one of you once again to like and follow, subscribe in each and every one of the official handles of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa, and you can ensure that you never miss a notification for the Supreme, for any of the live darshans, the live dikshas, satsangs, discourses, and even some of the times when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, graces and guides us to manifest Shaktis and runs the Adi Kailasa courtyard sessions. And it's such a beautiful way that you can connect and that you can have the very deep spiritual initiation processes. And each and every one of this is a way that you can manifest yourself, Shaktis, extraordinary capabilities, manifest your ultimate possibilities in these extremely fulfilling, deep, relaxing, and very powerful, energetic moments that cannot be taken for granted at all in our lives. Now we'll be moving on to the next segment in today's program, where the representatives from the Adi Kailasa Sarvagna Peetham will be sharing with us the various updates from the Kailasa COVID Care Center in India, especially in Bengaluru, and also in several other locations in India, and the practical solutions the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has given for the ongoing pandemic that is literally plaguing the entire society, the community, and the whole world at large. And the strategy and the policy that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has put forth for the last 2 years for Kailasians across the world has saved millions of lives and has also been recognized by the United Nations. Literally, the United Nations, the international peacekeeping organization, that has literally seen and accepted the report on Hindu multilateralism and COVID-19 response of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and has also published it on the Human Rights Commission website. So I invite now Ma Dayami Swami to share with us about the various different aspects of the COVID-19 policy that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has undertaken and Kailasa across the world with the compassion and of course even some of the hands-on work of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. So thank you so much, Ma Dayami Swami, for joining us.
Thank you, Ma Sadashupriya Nithyanandam. Welcome everyone. Welcome back. So in this segment, we are going to learn about the Kailasas, de facto spiritual centers, which are spiritual embassies, which are working continuously, tirelessly to protect the COVID care as a protection centers. And not only that, for each and everyone, their well-being in all aspects of their life. So, and these Kailasas de facto spiritual embassies are actually recognized. The report on these centers by the ASMT, Adi Shaivat Minority Tradition, the Kailasa Union, submitted last month, June 2021, and recognized highly, and that report also we are going to see, and how these Kailasa de facto spiritual embassies are functioning. And let's understand in more detail. So with the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivan's blessings, let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasugadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadusham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Triguna Rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Yes. So let us see some of the statistics, what across the world, what are the reports. The younger adults are more likely to report symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorder during the COVID-19 pandemic. The ages, especially ages 18 to 24, the young adults reported 56.2%, and ages 25 to 49, about 48.9%, and ages 50 to 64, about 39.1%, and ages 65 plus, about 29.3%. Average share of adults are reporting symptoms of anxiety disorder and or depressive disorder, what it was in 2019 in the period of 6 months from January to June. About a 6 months period, 11% reported. And in just 1 month in January 2029, it raised to 41.1%. It's in Household Pulse survey. According to this survey, there's a huge hike in just 1 month of this year beginning. The share of adults reporting symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorders during the COVID-19 pandemic by age, again, young adults average 18 to 24 is 56.2, and whereas the 65 plus, it decreased to 29%. So how are you feeling? What employees say they feel more than half the time at work. They feel tired. 34% say they feel tired. 34% say they feel stressed. And 27% say they feel burnt out. And 22% say they feel discouraged. And 19% say they feel distracted. And 17% say they feel depressed. So nearly 8 in 10, that is about 78%, say the coronavirus pandemic is a significant source of stress in their life. And nearly 7 in 10, about 67%, say they have experienced increased stress over the course of the pandemic. 1 in 4 essential workers, about 25%, diagnosed with mental health disorder since start of this pandemic. The COVID-19 could exacerbate doctors' existing mental health burden. More than 60,000 US healthcare workers have contracted COVID-19 and 300 have died. About 300 to 400 physicians die by suicide every year. Of the health workers who treated patients during China's COVID-19 outbreak, 50% showed signs of depression. 45% showed signs of anxiety. According to the preliminary research, the source is JAMA Network Open. Now, self-reported mental health among pregnant women, the new mothers. Before COVID-19 pandemic, the depression used to be 15%, and now during the pandemic, it raised to 40.7%, according to the Helio report. Now, before COVID-19 pandemic, the anxiety levels were 29%, and during the COVID-19 pandemic, it raised up to 72%. US cases of depression have tripled during the COVID-19 pandemic. A large study finds a dramatic increase in the number of adults in the United States reporting symptoms of depression during the COVID-19 pandemic. The number of adults expressing depression in the United States has tripled. According to a major survey, the researchers estimate that more than 1 in 4 adults now report experiencing symptoms of depression. Before the pandemic, 8.5 of US adults reported being depressed. That number has risen to 27.8 as the country struggles with COVID-19. The young workers hit the hardest. They say burnt out. US employees are currently experiencing worker burnt out. That is, ages about 22 to 25 age group, about 89% say they are burnt out, and about ages 26 to 37, 83% say also they burnt out at the workplace, and about age 38 to 54, about 73% say they burnt out, and 55 to 74 say they burnt out. So what are the contributions now from Kailasa's Department of Human Services? So Kailasa's enlightened civilization presents with the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Let's understand more about this. Kailasa is Kailasa's Department of Religion and Worship and Department of Human Services. And each of Kailasa's temple ecosystems consider right of happiness to be the highest fundamental right of all humans, in fact, all beings. The ultimate goal for Hinduism and Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivan's blessings, is the material and spiritual well-being and prosperity of humanity. Kailasa is a place where everything related to superconsciousness is revived. All the sampradayas, that is the multiple arms, sects of Hinduism, all the sampradayas, each exploring the science of awakening the individual's peak possibility. So all these sampradayas, all the spiritual ecosystems created for enlightenment will be revived and established in such a way it never gets lost again. They're forever serving the humanity. Now, how the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism tirelessly worked more than 27 years and established these Kailasas ecosystems, especially temple-based ecosystems. Let us see some of the glimpses of this. This picture that you are seeing are taken in the way back in 2006, 21st October 2006 at Adi Kailasa, Bangalore, following a meditation under the sacred banyan tree in Adi Kailasa. The peacekeepers of Kailasa, along with children of the Nithyananda Gurukul, celebrate the auspicious occasion of Deepavali. The pictures that you are seeing are way back in 2018, 22nd December 2018, at again Adi Kailasa, Bidadi, Bangalore. Peacekeepers of Kailasa and participants of the Paramashivoham meditation workshop take part in celebrations of a traditional flag hoisting ceremony. Now you're seeing the pictures are from the way back in 14th December 2006 in Chennai, South India, where you find the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself conducting the Nithyananda Spurana Convention, which is also called Life Bliss Program Level 2, a meditation workshop. Now you're seeing the pictures where you find again Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself conducting the Nithyananda Spurana workshop, Life Bliss Program Level 2 at St. Peter's Engineering College, where you see thousands attending this program. This picture taken on the 17th December 2006. Now you're seeing the pictures are from the peacekeepers of Kailasa and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism embark on the Himalayan Yatra, the traditional sacred pilgrimage to the Himalayan mountains and up the river Ganga, Harshil, India. So where you find the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism along with many of the peacekeepers of Kailasa. Now we are seeing the pictures are taken in 20th December 2011, where in Thiruvannamalai, South India, where you find the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism waving to lakhs of devotees on procession. The temple ecosystem of Thiruvannamalai serves as the driving factor in maintaining the lifestyle of health, wealth, and well-being for the citizens of Thiruvannamalai. Now you're seeing the blissful pictures are from the Kailasa Sarvajna Peetham taken on 31st December 2018. The peacekeepers of Kailasa and participants of Paramashivoham meditation workshop take part in morning meditation and the traditional puja that are ritualistic worship. The picture that you are seeing are peacekeepers of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, take part in Karaseva, the voluntary contribution of physical service towards the cleaning or construction of the sacred Hindu temple. Here you find the pictures are taken in Adi Kailasa Sarvajna Peetham, Bidadi, Bangalore, and the picture taken on 11th September 2016, where you find the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself demonstrating the value of Karaseva, the selfless physical service. Now you're seeing the picture where the Kailasa's de facto spiritual ecosystems across the world, across the continents, various in various countries and various continents, the Kailasa spiritual ecosystems are spread. Now you're seeing the picture are from way back in 1994, the leftmost picture. It's Kailasa in Thiruvannamalai, where you find Mataji Vivekananda Puri, the Swamiji's guru, is handing over, traditionally passed on to the hands of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the Kailasa in Thiruvannamalai, where you find the rightmost picture, where at the same Adhinam, Kailasa in Thiruvannamalai, the picture taken on 2017, receiving visitors and delegates for the Kalpataru meditation workshop and Shivadiksha. Shivadiksha is one of the primary initiations of Hinduism. Now, you are seeing the pictures are from Kailasa in Thiruvannamalai. Picture taken on 11th March 2017, thousands arrived to celebrate the enlightenment ecosystem and to traditionally meet the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Now you're seeing the pictures, Western Hemisphere, Kailasa in Los Angeles, California, USA. This is the Western headquarters. This temple complex, which has 25,000 square foot and housing over 80 plus deities, and it is one of the largest Hindu temple ecosystems of the West. Now you're seeing the pictures are from Kailasa in Columbus. The first temple established by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism outside of India. The temple physically came to life in just 9 months. The chief presiding deities of the temple are Sri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva and Nithyanandeshwari Paramashakti. The deities are 7 feet tall, made of granite, weighing 6 tons, and their divine faces have been directly hand-carved by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Now you're seeing the pictures are from the Seattle, Kailasa in Seattle, Washington, where the housing the blissful dancing form of Ganesha and the largest living Nataraja deity outside of India. Kailasa in Seattle is also known as Chidambaram of the West. The Chidambaram temple, the ancient Hindu temple where Paramashiva resides as Nataraja, the cosmic dancer and expression of Akasha and space. The Nataraja, the big toe of Nataraja also has been revealed